these are the weirdest steaks that ever sat on my cutting board. Some of them will be great and others just complete madness. This is the Astronaut steak experiment, so let's do it. And in order to put anything against each other, we must have a control steak. And here we have a prime ribeye. I only season it with salt, freshly ground black pepper, and garlic powder, nothing else. Back that up and it was ready for sous vide. As a control steak, it weighs about 16 ounces. To me, that's the perfect size for a sous vide steak. And here's our very first experimental steak. And as I opened it up and take it out of the packaging, you can see that it is also prime. Now to make this an Astronaut steak, we gotta do something that it's called freeze dry. The process is extremely fascinating. And here's how it works. The machine freezes the food to 40 below zero. Then a vacuum pump starts. And as the food warms up, all of the moisture escape, making your food 100% dry. This is fantastic because it preserves the food and it lasts up to 25 years. Yes, I said 25 years. And not to mention that there is no refrigeration needed. That is why it's perfect for astronauts. And after running my freeze dryer for 24 hours, this is what my steaks look like. It does look like a regular steak, but trust me, it is not. Because all of the moisture is gone, almost half of the weight is gone. Same for the next steak. That is crazy. And as I hold it in my hand, it just feels fake. It's like a prop from the movies. It also feels just like styrofoam. It feels also dusty. I've never seen anything like it. And I'm curious to find out what it would look like if I slice it open. And as I cut my first piece, whoa, that looks like Mars. All of the moisture and juices are completely gone. And unlike dehydrated, nothing shrinked. It kept its original state. That is fascinating. And as I previously mentioned, we can keep this for up to 25 years. But I'm not waiting that long. We gotta eat this up and see how it tastes. Everywhere I read about rehydrating the steaks say that you should use hot water. But I'm thinking if I do that, it will actually cook the steak. So instead of using hot water, I'm gonna use cold water. And hopefully that will keep that pinkness in the middle of the steak. No idea if it's gonna work, but I'm hoping it does. And as you can see, as I'm putting my water, it completely comes back to life. I'll tell you one thing, if this works 100%, I am never using my freezer again. The next thing I did is I put them in an ice bowl to let them rehydrate in my refrigerator overnight. And here's what they look like the very next day. Now I'm a little worried because the redness is completely gone. And as you can see, a little bit of the water is also red. But I'm telling you, it feels like a normal regular steak. So now I'm excited to find out how it's actually gonna taste. And for that, I seasoned them with salt, freshly ground black pepper, and garlic powder. Vacuum packed them and they were ready for the water bath. But you saw that I have two steaks, and I want to cook this one a little bit different to see which way is better. So I tried to add just salt, freshly ground black pepper, and garlic powder on top of it. And as I picked the steak up, wow, all of the season comes completely off. That's expected because there's no moisture to hold it. So I just went ahead and seasoned the other side so that I can measure the exact amount needed for the steak. Took the steak out and this is what I was left with. The perfect seasoning for this specific steak. I'm going to be using an exact amount, which is 8 ounces, to bring it back to life. So I grabbed all my spices and threw it in the water. Mixed everything well until it was completely dissolved. Now all there's left to do is to add the steak into the bag, followed by the brine seasoning. Now the next step is extremely crucial. So I set my vacuum sealer to a low setting. That will prevent it from crushing the steak. And as you can see, it worked like a charm. And as I'm holding it on my hand, it feels like a regular steak. Now the next steak, it's going to be even more interesting. And I started by seasoning with salt, freshly ground black pepper, and garlic powder. Threw it in the bag, vacuum sealed it, and it was ready to cook sous vide. I set my sous vide circulator to 135 degrees Fahrenheit and let it cook for a total of 2.5 hours. Once the time was up, I quickly removed it from the bag. Then I patted it dry, threw it in my freeze dryer tray, and let it freeze dry for a total of 24 hours. And once the time was up, this is what it looks like. It is almost exactly the same. It did not shrink. It does not look weird. And of course, I'm interested in finding out how much it actually lost moisture. Just like the raw steak, half of it is gone. And as I take my first slice, wow, that is insane. It's like a sculpture or something. I don't know how else to explain. And again, it just feels like styrofoam. So you can understand a little bit better of what I'm talking about. Hear this as I'm cutting the steak. I'm telling you, it is styrofoam. But the interesting now is that it's 100% safe to eat because it's fully cooked. So I have the perfect person to give it a try. So I want you to try this. Let me know how you like it. It's gonna feel a little weird because it was freeze dried. But go for it.
Go, I can smell it from here, bro.
What do you mean, bro? It smells good. Try it.
Wait. I don't know if I can do it. I don't want to. I don't want that.
Hurry up, bro.
Ah. I can't. Oh my God, people.
Is it bad? Really? That's gonna make you feel it taste better?
It was the quickest thing I could find. Like, you can tell it's a meat, but it's just so weird.
Well, that was totally unexpected, but hopefully it's because it needs its moisture back. And since the steak was fully cooked, this one I'm not going to rehydrate with water. I'm going to be using beef stock. And hopefully this one will be even better than the raw steaks. I just let them rehydrate in my refrigerator overnight. The very next day I took it out of the refrigerator, and as I hold it in my hand, wow, it still feels hard. But now all there's left to do is to bag it up and get it ready for reheating on the water bath. Talking about that, I'm going to be cooking all of the raw steaks at 135 degrees Fahrenheit for 2.5 hours. The fully cooked one, I'm only going to be reheating it for 30 minutes. I got my beautiful steaks all cooked at 135 degrees Fahrenheit. I can't wait to find out how they're actually going to taste. But with all that being said, they are all ready. It's time to take them out. Let's do it. All right, everybody, here we have our beautiful steaks. They all look exactly the same except this one right here, which was the one that it was raw, freeze dried. Then I did that weird salt brine and I put it in here. This one looks like pale, like something went wrong with this steak. That's all I can say about that. But when I smell it, it smells like a regular sous vide steak. It smells wonderful. This one right here, which was the raw and rehydrated, it's just phenomenal. It smells amazing. Our control regular sous vide steak, there is zero difference between these two. Exactly the same. They smell the same. That's crazy. Now this one here, on the other hand, this one smells different. This one was the one that I rehydrated with beef stock. This one, I'm a little skeptical about it. But at the same time, of course, we gotta put a nice, beautiful crust. And for that, I'm gonna be using my flamethrower. And I know these steaks don't look that good right now, but watch this. All right, everybody, here we have our beautiful steaks. What do you think, Angel?
You lying to me or?
Guys, you saw the footage right now. I gotta be honest with you. They look quite different than what we're used to, huh?
It looks like a rotten banana.
You first eat it with your eyes.
Yeah.
Right? From far away, you eat it with your eyes. Some of them don't look good. Most of them. Well, here, let's try this one. Are you ready to try this one?
I try that. That one looks okay.
You try this one, everybody? Cheers.
Sous vide steak.
Sous vide steak. That tastes amazing, everybody. Wow. Are you ready for the second one?
No.
Let's go right in here, Angel.
Oh my God.
Okay. It smells like a regular steak, honestly. Even though it does not look like a regular steak. Close your eyes and picture it as a beautiful steak, even though it's not. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely not.
So it feels like a regular steak. And if you touch the cap right here of the steak, everybody, it is just like, it's like nothing actually happened. Cheers, Angel.
Cheers.
Try it. It is not what you expected. It is not bad. It is not a regular steak.
It's not bad. It's not good. It's
It's I like your honesty. Your eyes, all of your senses is telling you do not eat it because the way it looks. But when you put it in your mouth, it's not 100% like the fresh steak. but by no means is it bad. It's not bad. If
You could eat it.
you can eat it, everybody. You can eat it.
The first steak has way more flavor on it.
Yeah.
It has less flavor. It tastes like you took all the actual steak juices out
That's actually what happened, though.
and then you changed the juice.
You changed the juice. That's what it tastes like. Let's try this one. This one doesn't look that good. Be honest with you. I mean, they all smell the same, everybody. There's no difference on the smell, Angel. They're all the same. Cheers, Angel.
Cheers.
Oh, you're waiting for me to try first?
Yes, every time. How is it?
Try it.
This one is better than that one.
Absolutely.
Again, I didn't eat the part that looks rotten, but but I will say it has more of a similarity to the original
steak
than this one.
100% agree, everybody. This it worked out way better, and the texture too.
Yeah.
The texture is very, very nice. Now, what we did here is we took a middle part instead of eating the cap, because as you guys know, the cap has a lot more fat. This one here, definitely way better. This one was cooked sous vide, all right? And then I rehydrated with beef stock. I mean, check it out, everybody. It does not look appetizing. I'm sorry, it does not look appetizing. We've learned quite a few things so far with this experiment. Definitely stay away from the fat. No fat on freeze dried. It smells like a regular steak. Before I actually did the searing, it was smelling a lot like beef broth. You don't think it smells like a regular steak?
It smells like something I know, but
Beef broth, probably. You're not used, you can't tell, but that's what it is.
maybe.
But hey, we're gonna give it a try and we're gonna tell you guys the honest opinion. You ready? Oh, you want me to go first?
Yes,
Okay,
yes,
I'll go
ahead.
first.
Cheers.
I mean,
You're
I'm
lying.
so
You're lying.
pleasantly surprised. Go.
Such a lie.
Go for it. I'm so pleasantly surprised. What do you think?
This one's better.
This one right here. Wow, this one here was the raw, freeze dried, and salt brine. This one is not bad though.
Kind of has more like a.
There's an aftertaste. Pay attention to the aftertaste. This one right here, the last one.
No, I don't like it.
You don't like it?
That aftertaste is kind of bad. If I'm rating them, the salt brine is the best one.
Okay,
The one with the beef stock is second best.
I agree.
And then, what is this one?
This one here, even
The rehydrated one, I don't even want to remember what it is. The rehydrated one is the worst one.
100% agree with Angel. If you are in an emergency situation, or if you want to just save a steak for a very long time, or if you're going to space
If I'm
as
in
an
space,
astronaut.
I'm taking this one.
I'm taking that one too.
Elon Musk,
Yes.
if you take me to space, I will bring this steak for us, okay?
And we're gonna be all happy. Elon Musk, hit us up.
And after like 70 days of being in space and your bones are weak and you're just like, I need some protein, this is the one we're gonna eat. And we're gonna love it, okay?
And we're gonna love it.
But these, we're gonna leave this on space.
I hope you guys enjoy it. Let me know what else you guys want to see with the freeze dryer. I'll be happy to do it.
We got
And,
a little freeze dryer. We can do some experiments.
Yes.
Let us know what you have in mind.
Shout out to Harvest Right for providing it to us. And if you guys are interested, make sure you check them out. The link on the description down below. Anyway, guys, these are the results. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you do enjoy it, make sure you give it a thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber, be sure to subscribe for future videos. Remember, if you are interested in any of the equipment I use, everything is always in the description down below for you. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Take care, buddy. Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.